Hey y'all, I'm back with the scrapbook process video, and this time I'm going to be creating a layout using several different pieces from various crepe paper collections. So I'm starting with some different papers from this pack that I got from Michael's. I think it was kind of like a best of crepe paper type deal, and had tons of different um, papers like the Maggie Holmes lines, and then I think Oh Darling, and maybe like some other random ones. So I just cut that wood grain paper in half, although it's not very straight, but it's okay. Most of it gets covered up anyway. And then I'm going to layer up my papers right underneath my photo. And you guys all remember that bokeh heart paper that everybody loved and wanted to get their hands on. And of course, like I have a few sheets in my stash because I got more of when I bought this pack. I probably hadn't even used like the other crepe paper that I had. So anyway, I'm going to use some foam to mount all of this so that it gives it a little bit more height and texture and or dimension. And then I'm going to start embellishing. And this didn't take me very long. I want to say maybe like 20 minutes maybe. Let's see, it's on 4 times speed and it's like at about 5 minutes. So I would say it took about 20 minutes to create. And I'm using my hot glue gun to adhere the foam to the layers because I tried using my little dot runner and it really wasn't sticking very well. I think if you use like your ATG gun that works, but my ATG gun is like a hit or a miss. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. And I don't know if it's the tape that I'm using because it's not like the Scotch brand or if I'm doing something wrong when I load it, but it's just not on my side lately. So I haven't really been using it as much. I just pulled several different pieces of ephemera that I thought might go with this layout before starting this process. And I am really happy to say that I think I used all but like one or two pieces that I pulled. So I was pretty happy about that. I think I used a couple stickers. I also pulled several sticker sheets that were crepe paper. And that, I know I've said this before, but that is like one thing I love about crepe paper is that and I think it's the same with Dear Lizzie too, but and possibly even Amy Tangerine, but crepe paper for sure. I feel like you can use like any of their collections together, and they go perfectly fine because they all have kind of a not really vintage look, but some of the papers are. But I just feel like they all coordinate very well, and so I think I'm using collections from like way back when, like from when Maggie Holmes came out with one of her first collections, from the Wonder collection, from Notes and Things, and then possibly even Shine, and then maybe even Journey, possibly. I'm not really quite sure, but and then Oh Darling, I think that's where that ribbon came from. So I don't know. There's a bunch of different crepe paper lines that have come out. I am using several of the ephemera pieces, and I think, like I said, I use all but like one or two pieces, and I think I even try to make the last couple pieces work, and they really don't work out too well. So I cut this tag in half, and I'm just going to layer it up behind the photo. And one thing that I did that I probably shouldn't have in the beginning is that when I mounted that foam, I went ahead and hot glued everything. So I really couldn't get a ton of really good layers underneath, which is part of the reason why I did a lot of the ephemera going diagonally. But it's kind of like it worked out in my favor because I really like the layout and I like the design of it. But I wasn't really even planning on doing this. I was planning on layering up my ephemera like right underneath my photo or right around it, but it ended up working out. I'm using some chipboard stickers, and goodness, these chipboard stickers, like you can see there, I probably have like close to full sheets of some of these things. And I don't know if it's because they're hard to use or if it's because I save them for the end and it's kind of hard to like for me, adding a lot of chipboard can become like a little bit too much, I think. And so for like my taste, I guess, on my personally for my layouts. And so I only add a few different pieces per layout, but like with ephemera, I can use tons of it, and it to me it looks fine. But I'm trying to get those chipboard used up. I just added a few more different pieces of sticker, I think stickers, and then pieces of chipboard, and then I added this pink lemonade October afternoon mist that I love, and I'm just using a big paintbrush to get bigger splatters. And that pretty much finishes my layout. So here are the final photos. I hope you guys enjoyed this process, and let me know if you have any questions.